Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and in this video I'm going to go over movies from the Criterion collection that I would like to see on 4K Blu-ray in 2023. When it comes to the major boutique labels, the Criterion collection was one of the last to get into the 4K game at the tail end of 2021. Since then, they've been fairly consistent with their releases. I would like to personally see a little bit more on a monthly basis, but I do appreciate what they put out so far. Way back in August 2021, I put out a video of Criterion titles that I would love to see get a 4K disc. Now, for this particular list on this video, I'm not going to necessarily rehash that. If you want to check out that video, I will link it in the comments section. But there is one title there that I did want to include on this one. One of the inherent problems is who knows if Criterion even has the rights to a 4K upgrade for any of these Blu-rays. It could just be a situation where, in the example of The Great Escape, which was released by Criterion, the 4K was handled by Kino Lorber. So it could be one of those situations, but I'm just going to list these movies that were released on Blu-ray from the Criterion collection that I'm hoping one day they will release in 4K. But I also encourage you to put in the comment section below any movies from Criterion you would also love to see get the 4K treatment. The first one that I would love to see get a 4K upgrade is from director Paul Thomas Anderson, and I'm talking about Punch Drunk Love. In my opinion, this is one of the director's better films. It's in my personal top 5 of his work, and I enjoy the Blu-ray. I think Criterion did a great job, but I would love to see it get that extra bit of visual flourish with a 4K and HDR grading. Now, I've also heard reports that Paul Thomas Anderson's not the biggest fan of 4K. Who knows if that's true or not? But, all that aside, and this is probably going to remain on a, potential wish list kind of thing, but I would love to see this one get the 4K treatment. I think the setting, especially when the characters are located in Hawaii, would give it a nice pop, and I like the movie a lot. It really is so good. Once again, it's very quirky, and it definitely gets overlooked, in my opinion, as far as one of the director's works, but yes, Punch Drunk Love, let's see it happen on 4K. When it comes to Japanese cinema, I am a huge fan. I mean, Kurosawa, of course, is the benchmark for directors, but there are also other works out there that are equally impressive, and I feel that The Sword of Doom should definitely get a 4K upgrade. It is one of those brutal samurai type of films, and it also stars one of my favorites, Toshiro Mifune. I love the guy, even though he's in more of a supporting role, but I enjoy this film a lot. It's gritty, it's violence, and while there's some good samurai films out there that are a little bit more tame, this one is not afraid to push the envelope. I do have the Criterion Blu-ray. It looks good, but I think it could look so much better. I'm hopeful one day we'll see this one, and maybe Criterion will make it happen. Another Criterion Blu-ray that I would love to see get a 4K upgrade is from director David Fincher, and this one is The Game. Now, this Criterion Blu-ray has been out for a number of years, so it could definitely use a spit and polish, maybe a remastering, and with HDR, I think it would make the black levels really stand out, nice and inky, and the overall atmospheric tone of the film would benefit there as well. Once again, this is another one I'm not quite sure Criterion even has the rights to, but I think a 4K upgrade would be top notch. And I also do feel that it is one of the more underappreciated films from the director, and I would love to see it get the best possible treatment on a home format. So The Game on 4K, hopefully one day it'll happen. This next one I'm pretty confident will get a 4K upgrade in the future because director Terry Gilliam's films The Adventures of Baron Munchausen and the upcoming release of The Fisher King have been given the 4K bump. So I think Brazil is definitely going to be on that short-term list. If you've never seen it, this one is weird and quirky as hell, right up the director's usual wheelhouse. Now, if it does get the 4K upgrade, the big question is, will the various cuts included also get it? I don't know about that. I would be happy with just the one that Gilliam himself prefers. There is the Love Conquers All version, and there's another alternate version as well. But yeah, I would love to see Brazil get it. I mean, the 4K would be great. This film has a visual aesthetic that would just really look good. I would absolutely love to see what HDR and or Dolby Vision would do to this transfer. So yes, Brazil on 4K, I hope it happens. I'm always up for some old school sci-fi to get the 4K treatment, and I can think of no other better one from the Criterion collection than Tarkovsky's Solaris. Now, in my previous Most Wanted 4K Criterion video, I talked about his more prominent feature, Stalker. I still want that to get a 4K upgrade. I would love to see it. See, I snuck that one in there. But Solaris, it's a heady sci-fi film, and I think it visually would really benefit from a 4K upgrade. You throw in some nice HDR grading, it gives you a nice richness to the colors. It's kind of a bleakish palette to begin with, but I do think that it would really benefit here. I enjoy the film. It's not one I go back to very often, but I appreciate it on its own merit, and I would love to see this one get a 4K upgrade. I recently rewatched this Criterion Collection Blu-ray, and I couldn't help but think after I finished that a 4K upgrade would be stunning. And I'm talking about director Martin Scorsese's The Age of Innocence. When you think of Scorsese, you think of a number of other films. I mean, obviously Goodfellas, Casino, Raging Bull, Gangs of New York. But I don't feel enough people realize that the man also directed this period drama, The Age of Innocence. It's a very interesting film. It has a great cast, and I think a 4K upgrade maybe would shine a spotlight back on this film where it deserves, and I think a lot of people would pick this one up, myself included. So, The Age of Innocence, I'm hopeful one day we'll see a 4K upgrade. The film deserves it, and if you've never seen it, definitely check it out. Of course, I couldn't do a list like this without putting in some classic Alfred Hitchcock. I had one title in mind, but then I went with this one, and honestly, I could have any Hitchcock film Criterion would be willing to put out on 4K. So, for this one, let's go with Notorious. I am a big fan of this one. It is a good classic film noir mystery thriller. I mean, Cary Grant and Ingrid Bergman are fantastic together. And a lot of people don't think that a black and white film can benefit from a 4K upgrade, but in many cases, it enriches the overall experience, and I do feel that all the benefits really just stand out here. Once again, big fan of Hitchcock. Anything on 4K would do, but for me, in this list, Notorious, I think, is the way to go. This next one is definitely one of the more crazier options that the Criterion Collection has ever put out, and I'm talking about House. For those that have seen the movie, you know full well it is bonkers, both in story and visuals. And also, I think it would make for a fascinating looking 4K upgrade. You throw in that HDR and it enriches the colors. I do not want to spoil any aspects of this movie. I think you should experience it for yourself, but a 4K upgrade would be absolutely welcome from this fan. I love the movie. It's crazy, it's insane, and hopefully one day a 4K upgrade will grace our shelves. This next one I also have to preface by saying any film upgrades on 4K from the director would be absolutely welcome. And I'm talking about Akira Kurosawa's Throne of Blood. Now, I've been hearing recent rumors that Seven Samurai is going to get a 4K upgrade, whether it's Criterion or some other label doing it. And we also got his previous film, Ron, getting the 4K treatment. So it's not unheard of that one of his films will make the 4K bump. But for me personally, Throne of Blood is one of my favorite films from the director, and I do feel it also is not, I mean, it gets compared to Seven Samurai and The Hidden Fortress, but for me, Throne of Blood, it's violent, it's a take on Macbeth, and once again, Mifune, great. He is absolutely fantastic in the role. So I would love to retire my Criterion Blu-ray for a 4K upgrade, and maybe one day we'll see it. And the last existing Criterion Blu-ray that I would love to see get a 4K upgrade, this one is director Richard Linklater's The Before Trilogy. Now, to be fair, I did include this on my previous Most Wanted 4K Criterion video before, but I feel so strongly I wanted to throw it on again. And I do feel since the recent release of Dazed and Confused on 4K and the upcoming release of Boyhood from Arrow Video, the door is absolutely open for a 4K upgrade for the Before Trilogy. And Criterion just recently released the 3 Colors trilogy on 4K, so they're definitely entertaining that option in my opinion. I love these films. They're beautiful, they're cinematic, and this trilogy is one of my favorites of all time. I am a huge fan, and a 4K upgrade would be absolutely a hit. I think a lot of people would pick this one up, and yes, maybe one day Criterion will make this one happen, but I'm pretty confident it will. So those are 10 Criterion Blu-rays that I would love to see get a 4K upgrade in 2023. Now it's your turn in the comments section. Let me know what you would love to see the boutique label give a 4K upgrade in the coming year. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.